Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to your August 2020 monthly forecast for all signs, actually. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde is doing a real number on me. So I'm doing this while Mercury is still retrograde. Ignore me if I repeat myself or something or other, okay? Just, I'll try to remember everything that I meant to say, okay? Anyway, and we had really like a 2 week stretch of 90-degree plus weather in my area, and it was really, really bad. Made me sick, like a bunch of other people, made me ill. So on top of that and other things mechanical happening, I'm only finally getting to you now. Sorry. But anyways, okay, so Mercury in Leo is still retrograde up until the 11th when it turns direct, but, you might have to give it a few days to kick in before you notice it. Some people, believe it or not, actually notice it right away, but it's usually because of something in their chart, their own personal chart that's affected by it, okay? So it turns direct on the 11th and is still in Leo till the end of the month. And Venus actually moves into Leo on the 25th, and the Sun is in Leo up until the 22nd, okay? And then Mars is still in Virgo up until the 6th, and then it moves into Libra for the rest of the month, okay? And the Sun moves into Virgo on the 23rd, and there is a new moon in Virgo. I'm sorry. The 22nd is when the Sun moves into Virgo, and the new moon is on the 23rd in Virgo. There's a full moon in Aquarius on the 9th, okay? And Uranus is in Gemini just temporarily, and Saturn and Neptune are retrograde and are in Aries temporarily, okay? These three planets will move into these signs next year. Okay, I believe the beginning of next year. So we're just getting a little bit of a preview right now. Okay, and Jupiter is in Cancer along with Venus. Venus is in Cancer up until the 25th. Okay, so you couldn't ask for like a better aspect to have Jupiter and Venus together, traveling together in one sign. Okay, very, very nice. And Pluto is in Aquarius, and it is also retrograde. So thank you very, very much to my subscribers for liking and commenting and sharing my videos and inquiring about me. I really, really appreciate everything that you guys do for me. Thank you very, very much. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You will be notified each time I upload something. And there's links below in the description box. There is one to my website, but if you would like to know more about whatever, if I do this or that, what kind of chart, or just ask me anything, it's just easier to email me at zaneszodiac@gmail.com, okay? And don't forget to check out my weekly shorts, which are like the daily aspects, okay? But remember, there aren't aspects between the planets every single day, okay? So, now for your forecast. Happy birthday, Virgo, to those of you born at the end of this month. So, I do have to tell you, Mars is leaving your sign on the 6th, okay? It's moving into Libra, but while it's been in your sign, I would imagine you got a lot done, right? Yeah, Mars is a very energizing planet, and when it's in your own sign, it really, you know what, I'm not sure if I brought this up in June, okay, about when Mars is in your own sign. Okay, well, it does make you a little bit more aggressive, as you should be. But it does make you go after what's really important to you. That's why Mars usually transits your sign every other year. It takes about a month and a half to get through each zodiac sign or whatever. So it only, makes it through like 6 signs a year. So what happens is whatever changes you made the last time Mars was in your sign, you're like checking them out to see if they're still where you wanted them to be, and if they're not, you just adjust them. But people may act like you're coming off really pushy or just a little bit too aggressive, but and you could be, but that's what this planet is for. It's to make you fix what is not going the way you would like it to within your life. Okay. So I hope you got some stuff done. But again, you still have, it's still in your sign up until now. And the sun's moving into your sign on the 23rd, 22nd. And the 23rd, there's a new moon in your sign. But for now, we've still got planets in Leo in your 12th house. That's where you have the sign of Leo. 12th house being behind the scenes activities by you or someone else. Secrets and confidences, the subconscious mind, your dreams, the house of charity. It is the house of self-undoing, because you can drive yourself crazy just overthinking things. So that's what that means, okay? And it is the house of confinement, but it could be like confined to your home due to illness or due to whatever, or confined to a nursing home or a hospital or even a prison. It's not necessarily you, it's just someone possibly that you know, okay? But that's what this house governs, okay? With the sun here, a lot of times, you're just like resting up and waiting for the planets to move into your first house and like re-energize you. But you've just had Mars in your sign, for how long now? So obviously you're already energized. So you were possibly working on something in secret or behind the scenes. Okay, so when the sun enters Virgo, you may let everyone know about it. Release it on the world. Okay, could be anything. Mercury is here, right? Retrograde, direct. It's been here for a while too. So it does turn direct on the 11th and remains in Leo till the end of the month. But when it was retrograde, first of all, I always say when Mercury's in the 12th house, it brings out the great investigator in a person. So there could have been something you were trying to find out about someone or something. Or it could have been news or something that you needed in order to move forward on something, and you just couldn't find whatever out. And a lot of times, this is when Mercury retrograde actually helps. Okay, some people don't feel that way, but a lot of times when they think back, they did find out something pretty important during a Mercury retrograde period. When they were first inquiring, people blew them off, or they were talking to the wrong person. They just, a person who didn't know the information to give them. Or they were asking even the wrong question in order to get the real information that they needed. So a lot of times when Mercury turns retrograde, all this stuff starts to come out. You realize, or you find out that you either went about it the wrong way, you talked to the wrong person, or you looked in the wrong area, or whatever. So that's actually what it could have been happening during this Mercury retrograde period for you, or you could have changed your mind like a zillion times, okay? Your 12th house is directly across from your 6th house of Aquarius, the 6th house being the workplace, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, your schedule, work schedule, also your house of health, and your house of service to others. Okay, so Pluto is here. It's in retrograde motion, but it will change. It's going to be here for like 20 years. It could possibly change. More than likely it will, because your 10th house is basically your career, okay? And that's where you have the sign of Gemini, and right now Uranus is in Gemini. Okay, just briefly, it will move back into Taurus. I believe that that happens next month. but it will move fully into Gemini at the beginning of next year. So you're going to have a change in your career, and it could be something very unusual, especially with having Pluto in your job sector, right? Bringing change there. So you're going, but you've got a nice trine. These are both air signs, and they will, Pluto and Uranus will be trining one another. So whatever you're doing, it looks like it will work out, okay? It's not going to be immediate, though. Right now with Uranus in Gemini in your 10th house, okay? This is your most public house. It's how you're known by reputation for your career, even if you're retired, what you used to do. It's also your public persona. It is how people speak and write about you, even like on social media. It is, you know, an elevated position, possibly. It's the house of fame and fortune. You know, with the planet Uranus here, anything is possible. Just, I would, if I were you, I would be very careful about, like, you know, the things that you might think are funny or used to be funny maybe aren't, like, politically correct nowadays, you know, and you might do or say something, let's say publicly, make a post that doesn't go over real well, or you may actually do something in public that, you know, not everyone is, not everyone likes it, okay? But whatever, who cares? There's always somebody who's going to complain about something, right? But again, you will have this trine from your 6th house of your job, so it looks like you're actually, you're just doing your job. But not everyone may like it, okay? Oh, wow, where have we heard that before, okay? I mean, that's like it's such a common occurrence, whatever. But anyways, there's a full moon in Aquarius, okay, in your 6th house on the 9th. And Pluto is retrograde, okay? So retrograde planets give you the opportunity to review, you know, your progress up till this point in that area. And they give you the opportunity to change your mind. So you could be doing something like that, you know. There could be something going on at work, even, that needs to be taken care of. That's what full moons are for, to bring problems to the surface so you can deal with them and then do away with them. You don't have to address that again, you know. So there could be someone you work with that is very pushy, very aggressive. That's actually traits of Pluto, in a way, okay, some of the traits, but it's almost like this person isn't used to you being around, you know. Even if you're not new, they might not be used to you, almost mirroring them as far as behavior goes on the job, you know. It's like, you know, they probably have the same status or whatever as you do, nothing more than you do, but they come off like that they're your boss, or you're supposed to get all your directions or information from them in order to do your job, or you're supposed to go to them unless you were told to actually do that. This person may look at you as like a rival, so you might want to keep that in mind. So it could be around that full moon, you may have to say something to somebody that you work with, okay? Like to tone it down or leave you alone, or I don't know, whatever. So then, okay, and I do have to mention, Venus does move into Leo on the 25th, into your 12th house, okay? But before that, it is in Cancer, okay, your 11th house, where Jupiter is transiting now. Okay, 11th house being your most sociable house, your friends and acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out, socializing in person or online, any group or organization that you belong to, and the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having Jupiter here may bring, you know, very, like, new opportunities to socialize and network, meet new people, that are like you have a lot in common with. There may be at least one person, though, that you meet that you really hit it off. You know, they get you. So this could be, you know, in person or on social media. So you don't even really have to get out there, but you actually should. If you can, when Jupiter's in your 11th house, you could meet some really, really nice people that are worth meeting in person. Okay? And this is also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So some of these people can even help you, like, achieve some kind of goal or wish. You know, it's also group or organization. You may, you know, be part of some group that is like very beneficial to not just you, but to a lot of people. You know, it could be a cause that they are championing. Okay, or just, you know, these are people worth meeting. Okay, worth getting out of your pajamas and going out and meeting people live. Okay, but if you can't do that, there's always social media, and it works just as well, right? So then I do have to mention here, okay, now the sun moves into your sign on the 22nd, and there's a new moon in your sign on the 23rd. Okay, this is your personal new moon. Everybody gets one new moon, one full moon in their sign. So this like starts your year from that day on. Okay, now it's nice to, you know, actually start something. That's what the new moon is for. But if you're not able to do that, a lot of times you can't even leave the house, you know, or maybe, you know, you're in bed sick with a cold, you know. And this is for like any aspect. If you've got this really great aspect that you can't get out to use it, you know, to its most beneficial, just as long as like you make a list, write it down, okay? Like a goal, a bucket list even, you know, that you could start on that day, or even, you know, if there's like supplies or something that you needed in order to create something, order them, or, you know, whatever, something like that. But it would be nice to get out there and do something on your new moon on the 23rd, okay? You're going to be getting a lot of attention anyways. It's your birthday, right? It's your birthday season. So it could even be, and I do have to say, with these planets in Leo, you know, at the beginning of the month, that maybe somebody is possibly planning a little surprise for you for your birthday. Could be, you know, so, to do something nice for you for your birthday. And I do have to mention, okay, when Mars leaves your sign on the 6th, it does move into Libra and your second house of earned income and possessions, and your feelings of self-worth, your personal values, and also your valuables and your investments. But this is mainly a house of money. It's the main money house for like how you earn your money through your career, your job, whatever it is you do. So when Mars is here, it makes you want to do just that, go after money, okay? Especially if there's somebody that may owe you. Right now, Saturn and Neptune are in Aries in your 8th house. The 8th house is directly across from the 2nd house where you have Libra. So these are the money houses. 8th house is other people's money and resources, and it's shared property, shared debt. It's partner, your partner, whether it's a spouse, business partner, or it, you know, just yours alone. You don't even have to have a partner, but this is where the jointly held stuff would come. This is the house where that falls in. Excuse me. Anyways, 8th house is other people's money and resources, passive money through means other than earning it. It's a legacy or an inheritance. a legal matter, you know, like a settlement from a legal matter, or insurance payout or refund of some kind. And with these planets here, and they're retrograde, and they're not a lot of fun in a money house, okay? So it looks like you could be going over your finances and checking your bills. I would really, really check my bank statements and my credit card statements to make sure they're correct. And also, especially with insurance and health insurance especially, make sure that you're not being charged for something you didn't ask for. Somebody could be slapping on all kinds of like little extras that you don't even need, you know, like something you would never use because, you know, whatever. You don't even have that ailment. Why would you order this, right? Something like that. Also, like check, you know, things like your cell phone carrier or streaming that you possibly do, however it is that you watch TV or movies, and make sure they are not also double dipping or doing something, just adding crap to your bill, okay? And if you do share accounts with someone else, you know, check to make sure they're not like charging too much or withdrawing money from the bank, you know, stuff like that. You got to keep up on your finances. So that's what Mars here will do. It will also like prompt you to start a side business of some kind. Excuse me. Bring in a new source of income. Okay, so we've got a trine going on here, right? Okay, we've got Mars in Libra in your second house, air sign. We've got Pluto in air sign, Aquarius, and we've got Uranus in air sign, Gemini. So almost like a grand trine going on here. So all I can say is there's something that you're going to do, a new line of work for you, possibly a new career. It could be something unusual, and I do have to say, okay, Uranus is associated with the esoteric sciences, like astrology, or what people want to call a pseudoscience, though I don't refer to astrology as a pseudoscience, but some people look at it that way, which is, just, why say that, you know? Anyway, you could get into something like that, something esoteric. You could be doing something that only a handful of people do, something very unique, something different. So just keep that in mind, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Virgo on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Pisces, and those dates are the 10th and 8th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, and speculation, or anything to do with children is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for money is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for your career is the 16th, 17th, and 18th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 14th, 15th, 16th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for August. Be sure to have fun. Remember to have fun, and happy birthday. See ya.